könnten, wäre eventuell eine Replay-Analyse direkt hinterher zu dem Spiel, dass wir, keine Ahnung, die wichtigsten auf Faster mal 2 das Spiel nochmal durchgehen und dann kannst du die wichtigsten Points, Big Points nochmal im Spiel, im Replay sagen, wenn du das möchtest.
Jo, können wir machen. Jo, ich vergesse vieles beim Spielen. Gerade bei so einer
Okay.
neuen Build-Order.
Dann machen wir das jetzt gerade auch fürs erste Replay nochmal, dann
Jo,
schneiden wir das dran.
bin ich, bin mir nicht wirklich wohl dabei, eine neue Build-Order zu spielen und gleichzeitig zu reden.
Kann ich verstehen. Ich würde ja sogar während der ganzen Zeit kommentieren, aber die Problematik ist halt letztendlich, dass ich natürlich halt die Sachen. Kannst du gerade nochmal gucken, ob dein Delay wirklich auf Null ist?
Ähm, ja, kann ich, aber ja,
Müsste
ist das
sein, ne?
sicher nie wieder was geändert. Ja, Verzögerung in Sekunde null. Meinst du die Codierung, Videokodierung, habe ich auf NVIDIA eingestellt und nicht auf QuickSync? Meinst du, das macht einen Unterschied?
Habe ich noch nie benutzt, aber das können wir gerade mal googeln, ist eine super Idee. Also, Hitbox, Nvidia. Du hast eine Nvidia-Karte, nehme ich mal an, ne?
Ja, habe ich. Ich merke
Das
aber auch
ist.
gerade, ich kann QuickSync gar nicht anwählen, das ist bei mir ausgegraut.
Okay, okay.
Jo, können wir da nicht so aus.
Wahrscheinlich wird Hitbox im Moment viel zu tun haben und deswegen wird es etwas stärker sein. Kraft rein, wieso muss ich mich.
Weil sonst, mein Internet ist eigentlich relativ schnell, also an dem soll es nicht liegen.
Ja, nee, das
Irgendwie.
glaube ich auch nicht. Dann machen wir das jetzt gerade in einem Video. Du lädst mich mal ein und ich gehe dann in deine Vision. Du erklärst das dann. Wie gesagt, wir versuchen auf Faster mal 2, Maximum Faster mal 4. Können wir dann auch die meisten Sachen durchgehen, wenn nichts passiert. So, dass man dann halt auf die wichtigen Scouting-Informationen Dinges eingeht. Die Leute haben das Spiel ja letztendlich gesehen aus First Person.
Ähm, Soll ich dich einladen oder?
Ja,
Oh, jetzt bin ich reingegangen. Sekunde. Dann den Stream. Na gut, den Stream. Wir machen es trotzdem mit dem Stream, oder? Oder wie willst du es machen?
ähm, ja, nee, das nehme ich auf jetzt. Wir machen es gleich dann, wenn wir so reinspringen, weil dann haben wir eh keine Unterbrechung. Ne? Aber wir können den Stream jetzt laufen lassen. Aber ich habe so. Okay. We will. Wir machen es. Ich nehme es auf, aus dem simplen Grund, weil es dann leichter für mich ist, die Dinge zusammenzuschneiden. Nur an der Stelle.
Okay.
Ne, wenn ich sie hinterher dann schneiden muss und runterladen muss, aber so müsste ich jetzt das dann noch mehr schneiden, letztendlich, das Video. Also das machen wir jetzt ausnahmsweise ohne Stream, diese beiden Replays.
Okay.
Oder machen wir nur. Ne, wir machen es ab jetzt. Ne, wir haben ja. Ne, wir haben den Terraner, genau, perfekt. Ich bin aber noch nicht bereit. Ähm, wenn du auf den Knopf drückst und der runterzählt, drücke ich hier auf Aufnahme starten.
Aber ich gebe dir Host.
Ja, okay. Wir gehen dann einfach in deine Vision, ne?
Jo, machen wir.
Hello guys, this is Neoblade and Mamba, Mamba and Neoblade. And with me, of course, is Mamba. Hello Mamba.
Hallo, Neoblade.
So we will switch to your version. This is our first game using the Okkostyle. We'll explain it in the first part. This is the second part. And you did mistakes in this build order, right?
Yeah, in the early game, I already did. Two dumb mistakes in the build order.
Forgot your queen, you said, and?
And I built an 18-4 instead of a 17-4.
Okay. And you lost your overlord because you thought he would make a Reaper expand, or why?
Or CC
Or did
first,
you?
yeah.
Or CC first?
Yeah, it's very uncommon to open up a Reaper on the Marine on this map.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't think it's I don't think it's worth it. I rather play against a Marine opener and lose my overlord than playing against CC first. I think it's better for me.
Okay. But I think in the lower leagues you should try to avoid losing your overlord. He scouted us with an SCV, which isn't it a tell on a two-player map, an SCV scout that he will open up with Marine first, or with a Marine?
To me it was a tell that it was gonna be CC first.
Ah, okay, I understand.
Or Reaper Rush, and then he's gonna build a bunker.
Yeah, okay. I understand.
But it doesn't really matter, like, losing the overload, like, it's still bad, but it's not as bad as it used to be in Heart of the Swarm.
Okay.
Because in Heart of the Swarm you lost your overload at about 20 supply. And now you lose it at about 35 supply.
A question to this game, could we have delayed his third a little bit more? Because you went back to your creep totally, or would it be dangerous for us?
It would have been dangerous the moment he got stim. And I didn't know about the stim timing, but I assumed it's gonna finish any moment. So he could have moved out and killed our roaches.
Again, you see a response in this video to Cloaked Banshees. We have an early lair, so we can... Oh, a creep tumor is under attack. This is a new message.
Yeah, that's a new message by Blizzard. Yeah, actually guys, against turn, you can always morph a defensive overseer. I think it's always a good idea, because many turns are not gonna open up with Banshee. So having an overseer defensive is always a good idea.
Now you spread your overlay calls a little bit too late.
Yeah, a little bit too
late. 9 workers, 10 workers, which could have went better for us, so we did not lose that much workers, but we are still even with our opponent. He has mules, we do not, and lost his Banshee, which is very bad for him. So this time we did not morph the Ravagers in his base like the last time, or at his ramp.
Yeah, we morphed them a little bit earlier.
Oh, we forgot to tell you. You build drones for your third when you move out with your roaches and Ravagers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the moment you move out, you stop building roaches. You start building drones for your third base. This also leaves you with enough gas for enough. This leaves you with gas for Ravagers.
Yeah. So you stockpile a little bit of gas, right? Like 500 or 600, right?
Yeah, 500, 600. That's totally fine because the Ravagers are so gas heavy. And you can either decide to commit a little bit more and use all your gas for the Ravagers, or you can also decide to get a little bit earlier upgrades. So now we accomplished everything we wanted. We denied his third base. Now we're gonna pull back.
Why we're pulling back? We know he has stim already, and
it's just.
what were you afraid of?
of him moving out and stimming and killing my Ravagers. Like, Ravagers
Okay.
are actually very weak against Marines, if he micros them well.
Okay.
So, if you don't have a lot of roaches, and I had not, they're very exposed. And I didn't want to waste them, so I pulled back.
Okay, I understand. Again, you guys can now switch to a perfect saturation like 1616. I think Mamba will do too some point in this game.
Yeah, like saturation in Legacy of the Void. It got more important, but at the same time it got also less important. Like, it got more important in the sense of you have to switch your drones way more because your bases mine out quicker. So you really have to worry about it, because if you have like 16 drones in your main base and there are only 4 mineral patches, then that's very inefficient.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But at the same
this
time,
was very bad for him here.
Game resumed.
I will show this moment again because he lost his Banshees for free. Move
well,
command, I think.
yeah, but like, the Banshees aren't that important. Like, Banshees are pretty useless at this point.
Yeah, but they still could harass our eco line, our mineral line.
Yeah, of course. He should have used them to harass, but like, they're not a good army unit.
Okay, we scout his 2 bases here with changelings. Very good idea. I missed that totally in the on the minimap in the first game, or when I watched the stream.
Yeah, and we saw, like, we know he has a third base because we send up changelings at the front and it killed by siege tanks. So I'm sure he has a third base with a siege tank wall.
Okay, I will make this a little bit faster. We take up to Ultralisks. We wait for Ultralisk and we try to scare him a little bit with corrosive bile shots.
Yeah.
Clears our creep very well.
Yep. So right now, like, our army couldn't challenge his. We really need to wait for the ultras. Like, that was actually a very good anti-timing by him. He moves out just right before ultras are out.
Yeah. Wants to kill our queen. But he's afraid too.
Because we have troops. Like, this is also why troops are this important. It isn't just that it gives you vision, it is also that it scares your opponent.
Yeah, because he does not want to go far and creep. He only decides against.
Now we pulled back because our base upgrade wasn't done, like the Catanus plating. And now the moment is done. We just take it.
It's actually a fighting position for him, but we have way more. So he's dead here. And this is a move command, a rally command, and the game is over. 200 supply against 100, and some big drop, but no problem. And now we go kill him.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, that's why I told you, like, it's not important right now to scout. Because it's just there's no way he's gonna hold this counter attack no matter what he's building.
Yeah, I understand.
And as turn, you're very stuck on your army positions. Like, a turn that builds bio at the 9-minute mark, he's also building bio at the 30-minute mark because he has 10 barracks in his base. You can't really tech switch as a turn.
Yes.
So once you figure out what they are doing, they're gonna stay on this for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I understand. It's a different thing on your level against Protoss because he can switch to Phoenix, then You build more Hydras, more Hydra Lurker, I think, but we will talk about this when we get to Masters, I think.
Yeah, I think scouting in the early game it's important in all matchups, of course. And then in the mid game, like the thing you have to scout, like, is he expanding? Like having a Ling at his expansions, having the watchtowers, like there's more about map control. Like the map control is your scouting. You need to know his army movement and stuff like that.
Scout the
Uh,
front, watchtowers, and Ling at his expansions. If he takes 2 expansions at once, you should know that and pressure it with your Roach, Ravager, and perhaps Hydras. And again, you said when you can build Ultralisk, you stop Roach production, or when you can build Hydralisk, you stop Roach production.
um, you just always want to have a mid shield. Like if you have 20 Hydralisks
Mm-hmm.
and no roaches in the mid game, then you could squeeze in a couple roaches before you get ultras, because otherwise you could die to a timing. But once you get ultras, then you will never produce roaches again.
Okay, I understand.
It's
Okay.
just your hydras are the damage dealer of the army, and they need some tanks. And the
Okay.
Ravager as well. The Ravagers, they're actually really bad at tanking. Like they cost a lot, plus they have less HP and less armor than a Roach.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mamba, for your explanations, and I have no more questions, so we see you in the next video. Sag sonst immer noch see you.
Oh, see you guys.
Ja, nee, habe ich jetzt ausgemacht.
Ja, ja,
Gehen wir
nicht schlimm.
direkt ins nächste. Achso, ich bin wieder aus der Party aus irgendwelchen Gründen raus. Bin ich denn dumm? Ja, lad mich nochmal ein, bitte. Kannst du den Stream nochmal stoppen für 30 Sekunden und nochmal starten?
Ja,
Dann machen wir
sicher.
danach direkt weiter, aber dann brauche ich nicht so lange zu spulen.